David, the Premier League is a success story and you're one of the architects of it. What about the Brazilian League? Are there comparisons you can draw?
Well, I think, as you probably saw from the presentation, that the Brazilian League, the Serie A, is really coming up. It's gone up from 10 years ago. There was only an average of 11,000 people in the games. Now to something like 15 and 16,000. The attendances are growing rapidly. And on the back of the World Cup, if they will have, I'm sure they will have a successful World Cup, anything can happen. Open the doors.
We think of the Brazilian team, the national team, everybody thinks of them, but we don't know so much about the club game here. Is it as saleable an asset as the Premier League?
Well, I think it is. Well, half the problem, of course, the best products, the best players have been playing abroad. Their trick is to keep their best players. If they can keep Neymar and Ganzo and Lucas and others here in Brazil, and they may well be able to now, because all of a sudden they've had an explosion in their television money, which is really much more than it ever used to be. They've got a tax advantage, but they only pay 27% tax. Our tax is at 50% on the players. So they've got a fair chance now of keeping the best talent. If they do manage to keep the best talent in Brazil, anything can happen.
One method they use is third-party management. Now, we know all about Carlos Tevez at home. It doesn't seem to work too well for us.
Well, no, of course, in the Premier League it's outlawed, but in South America it is legal. On a personal level, I think it is not healthy for the sport, because for two reasons. One, you've got the big question of influence. Does a third-party investor, can he influence the player? Well, if he owns 50% of that player's commercial income and also his image rights, and he's invested in the club that he's playing for, he's vested his interest is in moving the player out. And if he does, then he gets the money which goes out of the game. So that way it's unhealthy. So you've got two aspects of it. One is the influence on the player, and the second thing is that the money does not stay in the game.
A concern that a few people have voiced about Brazil and their state of readiness for 2014. Now, you know a bit or two about World Cups and the like. Do you think they'll be ready?
I'm sure they'll be ready. Everybody said the same about South Africa a year beforehand, and it was ready. FIFA will throw their resources, whatever they've got at it. It's got to be ready. This is such a great footballing country, and it needs to be ready. It will be ready, I've got no doubt, and it'll be a World Cup that everybody will want to come to. In fact, I'm learning how to do the samba.
We'll film that.
Great.